Hi, I'm a decently sized woman who's just looking to have a little bit of fun with a sexy co-ed, Yvonne DeCulo.
And I'm that 1970s co-ed who thought it'd be fun to dye his hair purple, Jay Gloom.
And welcome to the Victory Lap for All Stars Season 4, where we'll be discussing All Star Season 4 of
RuPaul's Drag Race.
Welcome to All Stars Season 4.
I'm gonna be real with y'all. I wasn't super jazzed about All Stars 4 because I felt like All Stars 3 left me on a really weird unresolved feeling, but I'm kind of jazzed for this season. So this year for our teams, we decided to forego an All Stars draft, but we do have our particular team. So we each have 4 members that we chose, and then we assigned each other 2 additional members.
I have Farrah, Latrice, Naomi, Monet, Jasmine, and Trinity.
And I have Manila, Trinity, Valentina, Monet, Gia, and Monique. So we kind of organized it in each episode that our queens are in, we get points. If one of our queens is the winner, we get points. And if they're in the bottom, we lose points. Rather than last year where we were doing a top 2, bottom 2, it just really messed up this one over here. So
Messed up my chances of winning.
I don't think you even had a shot.
I was doing okay.
I think you were dead in the water when you started.
I know, I got to week 3 and then it all just went to hell.
So other queens entered. Who kind of stood out to you as being your favorite look?
I really liked Gia's look. I thought it was really fun. And her hair was gorgeous and she's stunning. She's a stunning woman.
I think my favorite one was Manila's. That perfect aftermath is the word I'm looking for of her lip sync with Delta with the Big Bird literally just dead and the X crossed out on the eyes and the makeup smeared from crying.
Yeah.
It was so perfectly executed and so well thought out.
It was really good. I also wanted to say I really did enjoy Latrice's entrance look. She looked so good.
She looked whopped. Who do you think kind of didn't really step up to the All-Stars plate?
I was not a huge fan of Valentina's entrance look.
Really? I wasn't really a huge fan of anyone's looks, if I'm being completely honest.
That's fair. Valentina's in particular, just compared to everyone else's, something about it just I get what she was going for, but it was very plain. And for a second, I thought she came in one of Alaska's old garbage bag dresses.
I was gonna say, it reminded me of Detox's jellyfish. Monet threw a little bit of shade at season 7, or I should say a lot of shade, that Monet thought it was a really boring season, which I'm offended because season 7 is one of my favorites. But how are you gonna say that season was one of the most boring when season 8 and 9 were substantially boring? And if you're gonna shade season 7, which is the most fashionable season of all of them, and the one I think that really set the bar for what fashion standards should be on the runway, don't be wearing a Forever 21 bodysuit with a piece of tuxedo stapled onto it. So then we had the reading challenge. And my personal favorite read of all of them was not aired on television. It was Valentina to Latrice. Did you see it?
I did.
Where she's bringing Mystique back was a mistake, which is great because it's a line from season 2, which was a terrible line. But just the look on Latrice's face where she just didn't get it, and Manila's
losing her mind.
Losing her mind, thinking it's so fun. Gia's reads were just unnecessarily mean. I don't know what B is in her wig, but she clearly is on a vengeful mission this season.
She's really being mean.
Mean. No.
Tragedy.
She lost a nail.
I think it's something that maybe she feels she needs to prove. And maybe also we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Maybe, the other queens are being a certain kind of way towards her, or she's perceiving that they are. We don't know, but she's definitely starting out swinging.
And then we move on to the main challenge, which is our kind of standard talent show. And this talent show, I think, was actually really good.
Yes.
I was really impressed with everyone across the board. Specifically, I was really impressed with Monique. I didn't know that she could sing well.
Yes, Monique's Brown Cow Stunning was fabulous.
It was really fun. And like every season we've seen the queens like jump on their shtick, like Shangela with her box. But the Brown Cow Stunning was just really cool.
Yeah.
And it was unexpected and it was really well done.
Yeah, and her outfit was really fun, and it was actual brown cow.
It was actually
and
brown
it was
cow,
stunning.
and it was stunning. I really enjoyed Gia's. I
Yes.
was upset that she wasn't in the top 2
Yeah.
because I thought that she did a really spectacular job.
I did find it a little strange that Gia wasn't in the top because it was something so different. It was executed so beautifully, and it was very lovely. No, it wasn't, death drops and splits and stunts, but it was something that
Was understated and lovely.
And at the risk of being shady, was an actual skill and talent.
Yeah, like Trinity was funny, but
Yeah.
I don't know if I was necessarily like blown away by it.
You can't look at it as her talent is tucking. You have to look at it as her talent was a comedy lip sync routine. From that perspective, it was a good one. Speaking of lip syncing, I enjoyed that was Valentina's talent. Which, that's sort of something any drag queen should be able to do, but then at the same time, after her disastrous
She needed to prove that she could lip sync.
it somehow still managed to be like a yes, queen moment.
It would have been fun if they could have gotten the rights to Greedy, that she could have done it. I didn't quite personally understand why Naomi was in the top 3. I thought that the hat reveal was funny,
Yeah,
but like
that was it.
that was kind of it.
Was what Milk thought her lip sync was.
Yeah, I honestly would have replaced Naomi with Gia.
I would have replaced Naomi with Gia. I would have replaced Naomi with Latrice.
I would have, well, I don't know. I think Latrice's wig was so flat. I would have replaced Trinity with Manila. I can tell you for certain, I have seen that act 1,000 times before on television, in regular talent shows, and every time I'm that gif of Carson, like, it doesn't matter how many times I've seen it. I'm like, I know this trick. I wasn't expecting it. And then
Yeah.
she turned it around and it was something else, and I was like,
Yeah, and then she did the little turning her smock into the dress that matched the painting.
Yeah.
It was really cute and it was really fun, and she sold it with her, her exaggerated Manila-isms,
Yeah.
and I very much enjoyed it.
bottom 2 I completely agree with. I felt so bad for Farrah for falling.
Yeah.
And like low-key, I'm really upset that the queens kept telling her to stop crying, because it's not like she was just whining on her season where she was just whining.
Yeah.
She was legitimately like hurt, and I think she needed the support of her sisters, and she wasn't getting that.
Yeah. I didn't understand why they were being so harsh on her, other than Farrah moans a lot, so let's really harp on her about that and
Yeah.
tough love her into growing up into a woman. I don't know what all that
I don't know
was.
what that was.
But I think she had every right to cry. She clearly had a fantastic concept build. She had a fantastic number. She looked gorgeous.
That outfit was stunning.
It was stunning. I don't know who she made a devil's deal with to smuggle that compact and those highlight crystals from her DragCon booth onto the show. But it was...
She paid someone.
She paid somebody.
I really understand why Jasmine was in the bottom.
Yes.
Like, I'm not mad that she was in the bottom. I'm upset that she didn't get a longer run, because I feel like Jasmine, more than any of these queens, really deserves a chance to prove herself. But I
Yeah.
mean, the whole hand's gone. I just want to tell all of you the reason why my nails are falling off is because I glued them on hours ago. We got back from a drag show, so don't think that I'm just being unprofessional. It's just not staying on.
This is after
hours.
2 drag numbers in a very hot, sweaty gay club that was mostly filled with straight people.
And 3 wig changes. So yeah, so Jasmine's gone, but she's not upset. So I can't be that upset for her.
Yeah, but she's getting her zhuzh.
So in the lip sync for Your Legacy, they chose to do one of my all-time favorite songs. I'm gonna use this hand because it's prettier. Emotions by Mariah Carey. And
Ew.
I love that song.
Yeah.
I still love that song to this day. However, I personally am just like a teensy weensy bit disappointed that it wasn't used on a regular season of Drag Race.
Yeah.
Where the queens are actually gonna fight to try to do a really good lip sync.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like with All Stars, the queens are invested because they're like, I want $10,000. Yes, I want that. But do I want to potentially tick off an entire fan base and get hated on for an entire week until they
Yeah.
forget that I eliminated their favorite. Like, is it worth it to me? So I feel like the queens throw the lip sync sometimes and just are like, I
Yeah.
don't really care.
Yeah.
They already won a
For
prize. They already win a prize before they even get the money. So it's like, what do they have to lose? So
Yeah.
I feel like Trinity's screaming at the end was really fun, and that's exactly what I wanted to see in that lip sync.
Yeah.
But I feel like for the most of it, it was just like,
Trinity did a good job, but it was a slow build. When she had what she did from like the second half of it to the end was what I wanted for the whole thing.
yeah,
I do need to talk about
Madeline Ashton.
Monique doing her hair flip that sent that wig to the heavens.
And Rue being like,
That wig
do you want to use some duct tape?
that wig was raptured.
I do want to shout out to Monique for being, I think, the very first queen in All Stars history for not doing a costume or wig change between the main stage and the lip sync. So thank you, Monique, for doing that for me. I appreciate that. It made me feel emotions.
However, I do want to thank Trinity for putting on that particular gown because it was beautiful.
That was the one. That was the one, the 2, and the 3. So next week, we have a girl group challenge. And you know who's coming?
I do think that at this point, like, I know people want Stacey to be on a season of All Stars.
She wants to be.
And she wants to, but I think Stacey Lane Matthews has pork chopped her way.
Well, I mean, this could be her gateway, because remember, Shangela was on All Stars 2 during Snatch Game.
Sure.
And then she showed up for 3. So, like, this could be Stacey's gateway drug.
It could be.
I'm just so excited for Stacey. Let us know what you thought about this episode.
Let us know who your team is in the comments below, because we'd love to hear.
And we will see you all again next week with another episode of the Victory Lab. See you all then. My nails are all completely gone. I picked them all
That's
off.
the man.